Welcome to Journaling with Nature, the podcast for those who want to turn curiosity into wonder, a pencil sketch into a rabbit hole of discovery, a moment of stillness into a life full of joy. I'm your host, Bethan Burton. Let's open the pages of our nature journals and explore this world together. Hello, this is episode 138. Today we have another prompt episode and we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, which is color. We here in the Southern Hemisphere are in the middle of some amazing changes in nature as we move through spring. And in the Northern Hemisphere, there's also the dramatic changes that come with autumn as nature gets ready for winter. And along with these changes, if we pay attention, we can see shifts in the color that's around us. In Brisbane, where I live, around this time of year, there's one colour that really dominates the landscape. We have many street trees, which are jacarandas. And for much of the year, the jacarandas have no leaves at all. But at this time of year, they absolutely burst into flower. And wherever you look, you see this amazing purple display of colour. We actually have a jacaranda as the biggest tree in our house yard here at my home, and right now the tree is absolutely covered with purple flowers, and also the flowers drop to the ground and the whole yard is a carpet of purple. It's so striking and dominant that I thought about this prompt, and this week we're going to celebrate the colours of the seasons. I'd like you to think about what colours you see around you at this time. Do you also have purples of jacarandas in your landscape? Or maybe you have the reds and oranges of autumn leaves, or another colour that represents this time of year around you. Something else that I've noticed here is that we have some fruiting fig trees right now, and many of the eucalypts in the garden are also flowering, and this brings the most amazing array of birds. We have Australasian fig birds, which come around at this time of year to visit the figs. And in the mornings, the flowering eucalypts are absolutely full of chattering rainbow lorikeets. And rainbow lorikeets are literally what their name says, just a bird with a rainbow on them, which is so colourful and joyful to have around. Over the last few years, because of my nature journal practice, I've become more and more observant of the changes that are happening at different times of year, and this season seems to be one season where we have a really dramatic change in colour. So my invitation to you is to pay attention to the colour this week, but not just any colour. Pay particular attention to the colours that represent this moment of the year, and celebrate these colours by putting them down in your journal. What are the colours that represent this particular time of year where you live? How can you capture these on your page? You could do it with a painting or sketch. You could do it with a series of colour swatches. Or you could revisit the prompt we had some time ago, inspired by Lisa Spangler, and represent the colour with some colour spots. So explore the colours of this season where you are, in whatever way you like. You might enjoy capturing the colours around you by giving a name to a particular colour in your landscape. This can be a really fun and connective practice. Mine might be jacaranda purple, for example, or I might name it exam time purple, because the jacarandas are always in flower at this time of year when students are having their final exams here in Brisbane. What media do you use to capture the colour in your journal? Do you use watercolour? Do you use colour pencils or crayons or something else? You might even like to use things that you find in your landscape to make the colour on your page. Sometimes when you rub a blossom directly onto your paper, the colour will transfer in a really striking way. Actually, come to think of it, I should try that with the purple flowers of the jacaranda tree. So go out and observe the colours of your season and celebrate that by putting it in your nature journal in your own way. I'm preparing a video version of this prompt for YouTube, which will show me capturing the colours of my season, including the jacaranda flowers in my garden. I'm having so much fun turning these nature journal prompts into videos, and I'd love to have you come over and take a look on YouTube. You can find a link to my YouTube channel in the show notes for today's episode. Have fun with colour in your landscape this week. Thank you so much for listening. See you next week.